Well, I finally got round to watching Drive again, a movie I've seen multiple times, and I think I'm finally ready to say that it's probably one of my top 10 favourite movies of all time. There's not a single scene, frame, moment that I don't utterly love within this film. It's just such a wonderful experience, and I get captivated every time I watch it. I'm looking for hidden meanings. I'm drawing out the images and the characters and the way things play together. I mean, the story is rather simple. We have a driver who works in the movies, his stunt business, whose sidelines is a getaway driver. He has a set of rules that he will not deviate from, and he's very good at what he does. He's a kind of introvert. He doesn't put himself out there too much. He just is what he is. And initially, when I first watched this movie, I thought the character was rather guarded, but he's not. He's a deeply emotional character. It's just he's rather stoic with it, not allowing a lot of it out. Doesn't feel the need to constantly fill the air with noise. He's just happy being in the moment a lot of the time, and we see that when he meets his neighbour Irene, and her son Benicio, and he starts to have a relationship with them. And although you can tell that there's a certain attraction, there's also a familiarity to a ready-made family. Just falling into place and being required, being needed for this character is something that he just fits into and enjoys. And he is a smart character. He knows what's going on. There's certain moments where his boss at the garage tries to force them together a little bit. He knows exactly what's going on. He's not an idiot, but he plays into it. And he's just enjoying the way things are. The little mundanities that don't always perpetuate his life because of the stunts, the crazy job, because of the getaway driving. Everything is a little bit crazy for him. So this moment of normality is something that you just see him contently sitting with, having absent-minded conversations with Benicio about nothing, are just fun for this character.
Is he a bad guy?
Yeah,
How can you tell?
because he's a shark.
But what we find is a character who is very very adept at handling people, very adept at handling himself when need be. And you see that drawn out when he is forced into doing a job with Irene's husband, who is released from prison. And it speaks to the character, where he doesn't want anything bad to happen to this surrogate family that he has, that he's willing to help this man, even though he's kind of backed into a corner. And this is where we see the sort of vengeful spirit of the driver coming out, the man who will stop at nothing to make sure that his friends, neighbour, surrogate family will be protected. And if he has to go on a murdering rampage to do that, then that's just what he has to do. There's a dispassionate nature to him. There is a violence and a fire within this character, but it doesn't often come out. And when it does, it's controlled to a purpose. You know, he takes the guy in the elevator and he utterly decimates him, but that's sending a message to other people. It's not just a case of rage for the sake of it. He's immobilizing, he's killing, he's sending a message to the people that this isn't tolerated.
What'd you do with the cash? Because I could keep it safe for you.
Just,
So many great moments that could be rather cheesy in other movies, but seem to be handled perfectly here. The moment in the kiss in the elevator before the violence is unleashed is just a standout. The lighting, the staging, the way it's set up, the sort of cathartic moment of the kiss, and then into the bloody brutality of the fight within the elevator is just, you know, it's completely two different emotions unleashed at the same time. Even just seeing them spending time together, doing menial tasks is just fun. I think Carey Mulligan is phenomenal in a role that could almost have been forgettable, but because of her charismatic presentation of the character, the way that she just lights up the screen, you know, everybody wants these two to be together. They're wonderful. The bad guys in this, again, could simply be one-note bad guys, but they're really brought out by Ron Perlman, Albert Brooks, really bring these characters larger than life. And although they're still kind of one note, they're given a little bit more. They become real threats and terrifying to this one as well.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking monkey.
There isn't a moment in Drive where I'm not captivated, where I'm not hooked on the characters, studying the cinematography, looking at the way everything is framed, listening to the awesome music that just perpetrates this film. There is not a single wasted second or frame in this movie. It doesn't scream masterpiece to me. I love Drive. They cannot be understated how much I absolutely adore this movie. The 4K disc on this has never looked or sounded better, which I am so happy to say. And I had such a pleasure sitting down to watch this. Now there is more content coming for Drive, because I want to watch it again. I want to watch it again and again and again and again. I want to dig into it, and I want to try something a little bit different for the channel. So hopefully that'll be coming soon. Now I've put it out there, a little bit more pressure on me. I would love to know your thoughts on Drive. Let me know in the comment box whether you love, hate, dislike, whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll have a little conversation about it. As always, there's more content up here. Hit that like button if you like this review. And in the description box there is links to my Patreon and the membership program, where you can really help support the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time in ManVFilm.